Iranian Americans for Liberty strongly supports protecting the United States from the influence of the Islamic Republic, a known state sponsor of terrorism, and condemns the actions of the National Iranian American Council. For years, National Iranian American Council has operated as a lobbying arm for the Islamic Republic in the West, advocating for policies that benefit its affiliates while sidelining ordinary Iranians. These efforts, such as securing multiple entry visas and opposing United States travel restrictions, facilitate easier access for Islamic Republic-linked individuals to enter the United States, potentially enabling the transfer of sensitive information and technology that could aid its military and strategic goals. While National Iranian American Council presents its actions as promoting cultural exchange and advancing human rights, the outcomes have empowered the Islamic Republic, allowing it to leverage United States educational and technological resources for its own purposes. Once again, under the guise of defending human rights, National Iranian American Council has resumed its activities in favor of the Islamic Republic, seeking funds and pushing for policies that further the interests of those connected to the regime. The IRGC-affiliated Fars news agency reported, citing an informed source within law enforcement, that two girls in Tehran were arrested for recording and sharing a video of themselves dancing at a memorial dedicated to those who died in the Iran-Iraq war. According to the source, the individuals were handed over to judicial authorities following their arrest, and their Instagram account was also deactivated. In a statement, the Police Information Center described the act as disrespect to the sanctity of the anonymous martyrs of the sacred defense, and stated that the arrests were made in response to public complaints. The report did not provide any information about the identities or whereabouts of the detainees. On Friday, January 24, 2025, the people of Bukhan took to the streets to protest the tragic death of 6-year-old Nihan Chalabiani. The young girl who had been assaulted succumbed to severe bleeding in the hospital. Protesters condemned the horrific crime and the silence of authorities regarding the incident. Colonel Musa Bahari, the police chief of Bukhan, responded to the protests, stating 4 key suspects connected to this case have been identified and arrested, and the case is being expedited through legal procedures. He also urged the public to remain calm and restrained. Asghar Sepehri, brother of Fatemeh Sepehri, a monarchist political prisoner, shared a detailed report on X about the dire conditions faced by his sister and other political prisoners, including Zahra Kohnekar, known as Sepand Azar, and Farzaneh Qarehhasanlu, who were detained during Iran's national uprising. After 45 days of isolation in Ward 5, Fatemeh Sepehri was joined by Farzaneh Qarehhasanlu and Zahra Kohnekar, who were transferred from Ward 6. However, non-political offenders were also moved into Ward 5, including one inmate designated as the warden of the ward, tasked with monitoring political prisoners. Farzaneh Qarehhasanlu, who hasn't seen her son in 6 months or her husband in over a year and a half, requested phone privileges due to the lack of in-person visits. Her request was denied by prison judge Navid Tabatabai. Fatemeh Sepehri has reported ongoing issues with phone calls, citing frequent disconnections caused by a sensitive monitoring system that cuts calls if certain words are used. Additionally, a staff member deliberately interrupts conversations. In protest, Sepehri, Qarehhasanlu, and Kohnekar have decided to stop using the phone entirely. A pro-monarchy activist Davud Haddadi from the town of Likak in Kokuluye and Boyer Ahmad province was once again arrested by the Islamic Republic's security forces on Friday, January 17, 2025. Mr. Haddadi was first detained on September 16, 2023, coinciding with the anniversary of the regime's killing of martyrs of Iran's national uprising. He was eventually released temporarily on October 10, 2023 on bail from Dehdasht prison. On February 17, 2024, he was arrested again and subsequently sentenced to 3 months and 1 day in prison by Branch 101 of the Likak Criminal Court. The Supreme Court has upheld the 5-year prison sentence of Ali Reza Fazeli, also known as Farhad Omidi, a monarchist political prisoner. Mr. Fazeli was arrested on September 16, 2023 by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Intelligence Organization in Tehran and subsequently sentenced to 5 years of imprisonment. This 22-year-old monarchist activist from Tehran was previously detained on October 8, 2022 during Iran's national uprising. He was eventually released from Greater Tehran prison on February 12, 2023 after being cleared of charges. More than 4 months after the arrest of Aryan Shirpishe, the uncle of the late Puya Bakhtiari, he remains in detention at Evin prison without legal proceedings. His release on bail has not been permitted, and no court hearing has been held to address the charges against him. Aryan Shirpishe was arrested on September 16, 2024 by intelligence agents at his residence. During the arrest, security forces also confiscated his phones and other electronic devices. So far, no information has been shared about the reasons for his arrest or the charges brought against him. Previously, a source suggested that his detention might be related to his participation in memorials for protest victims and his connections with their families. Amir Hossein Mousavi and Shabnam Hossein-Zadeh, 2 protesters from Chitgar, were arrested on December 18th. According to reports, there is no information about the reasons for their arrest or their current whereabouts. However, it has been revealed that the couple is being held in solitary confinement. Ten Baha'i women from Isfahan were arrested by security forces and sent to Dawlatabad prison to serve their sentences on Wednesday, January 22nd. The detainees include Nasrin Khademi, Qahqeh Qarakhi, Roya Azadkhosh, Sara Shakib, Bushra Motahher, Mojgan Purshafi Ardestani, Maryam Khorsandi, Shur Angiz Bahamin, Sanaz Raste, Firuze Rasti Nejad, and Azita Rezvani Kha. Reports indicate that security agents raided their homes, creating an atmosphere of fear and anxiety during the arrest. These women had previously been detained on April 25, 2021 alongside other Baha'i women from Baharistan, Isfahan, and were released on bail on May 18th of the same year. Their case was reviewed in the final branch of the Isfahan Revolutionary Court, where initial sentences were issued: 5 years of imprisonment, a fine of 50 million tomans, 5 years of social service restrictions, and a 2-year travel ban. As Masoud Pezeshkian and members of the Iranian government visited Khuzestan on Wednesday, January 22nd, employed youth from the oil-rich villages of Qeyzanieh, Ahvaz held a protest outside the company gates. The villagers expressed frustration that despite living amid hundreds of oil wells and massive oil and gas facilities, the National Iranian Oil Company has failed to fulfill its social responsibilities, leaving the local community in deprivation. Citizens of Iraq organized a protest on Tuesday, January 21st, to voice their outrage over the power plant's use of mazut, a heavy fuel oil contributing to the city's severe air pollution. With worsening health concerns and smoke-filled skies, the demonstrators demanded immediate actions to protect their right to clean air. On Monday, January 20th, 2024, retired educators staged a protest in front of the Ministry of Education in Tehran. The demonstrators expressed their dissatisfaction over the non-payment of 60% of their retirement bonuses, which have remained unpaid for more than 15 months. The protesters, many of whom rely on these bonuses to manage their financial needs, demanded immediate action and accountability from the government to resolve the prolonged delay. Security forces of the Islamic Republic attacked retired educators from the class of 2023 with tear gas during their protests in front of the Ministry of Education in Tehran. A group of retirees and pensioners from the steel company staged a protest outside the Ministry of Labor in Tehran, expressing frustration over their deteriorating living conditions. Struggling to make ends meet amid soaring prices, they called for an urgent and meaningful increase in their pensions to ensure a dignified life. A group of retired telecommunications workers from Kermanshah and Elam organized a protest to voice their grievances over economic hardships and unfulfilled promises by the authorities of the Islamic Republic on Monday, January 20th, 2024. The protesters highlighted their ongoing struggle with inadequate pensions and called for immediate action to address their financial challenges, emphasizing the government's responsibility to meet its obligations. Shared images reveal that the strike by tanker drivers protesting heavy diesel fines and low transportation fees is still ongoing at the Parviz Khan border. The protesting drivers emphasized that contrary to rumors about the strike ending, their action continues in full force.